Good morning, my friends. This is Embra Jackson, Senior Pastor, First United Methodist Church here in Tupelo. I would like to begin by sharing a scripture with you from one of my favorite passages, from John, the 5th chapter, beginning at verse 1. Hear now these words. After this, there was a festival of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now in Jerusalem, by the sheep gate, there was a pool, called in Hebrew Bethesda, which has 5 porticos. In these lay many invalids, blind, lame, and paralyzed. One man was there who had been ill for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had been there a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be made well?" The sick man answered him, "Sir, I have no one to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. And when I'm making my way down, someone else steps down ahead of me." And Jesus said to him, "Stand up, take your mat, and walk." And at once the man was made well, and he took up his mat, and he began to walk. This passage of Scripture can be very insightful for us. The question that Jesus asked the man is, do you want to be healed or made well? The man never answers this question. Rather, he comes with a litany of excuses. He comes up with all sorts of reasons why he cannot be healed. In the King James Version of the Bible, an angel comes from heaven and stirs up the water every now and then, and the first person into the pool, when the water is stirred up and the bubbles are coming up, is healed of whatever disease or illness they have. But this man comes up with an excuse. He said, "Jesus, every time I try to get down into the pool, somebody runs in front of me and I can never make it when the waters are stirred up." In your life, have you ever had a lot of excuses as to why you could not do something? I know that I have, and perhaps you have. But Jesus asks this man a very penetrating question. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be made well? That is the same question that we are being asked today. In the midst of our sickness, in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of all that is wrong in our lives today, Jesus is asking us, do we want to be made well and whole? If the answer is yes, I invite you to take all of your worries, all of your cares, all of your sickness to God, and God is able to heal you. As Jesus told the man who was paralyzed, "Rise, take up your mat and walk." Jesus is telling us the same thing today, to rise, to take up our mats and walk. May God bless you, and may you rise and take up your mats and walk.